pelan-pelan, ambil pelan-pelan.
Kok bisa?
Ambilnya pelan-pelan. Pelan-pelan, gesernya pelan. Nggak usah
Nggak bisa. Nggak bisa. Tunggu tuh dia ya tahu.
Di stand kan dia. Geser. Isinya depan. Biar terisi. Bangkunya diisi.
Warna merah untuk batu bata, warna coklat untuk anak panah. Ucapkan selamat datang bagi para peserta. Semoga hari ini ilmu membawa berkah. Jalan-jalan ke negeri Malaysia, besoknya ke negara Kamboja. Karena sudah mulai waktu masuknya, mari kita mulai saja. Greetings everyone, and welcome to today's general lecture. My name is Muhammad Arif Ustari, and I'm excited to be your MC for today. First, I would like to start off by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for taking the time to join us today. Your participants, present, and we are so glad that you could be here with us today. We understand that your time is valuable, and we are grateful that you have chosen to spend it with us. We promise to make it worth your time, valuable insight, and sharing informative knowledge throughout the course of this general lecture. So once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. We hope that you find the general lecture engaging and informative. Okay. Before we start, I would like to go over some important rules for today's general lecture. The first is, please ensure that you have a stable internet connection and are in a quiet environment to minimize background noise. The second is, please use the chat features to ask any question you might have during the webinar. The third is, please keep all questions and comments respectful and relevant to the topic at hand. Please note that today's general lecture is being recorded. For future reference, as the participant in Zoom, please use the format name institution_participant name. For the example, UNTAN _Indra. Once again, the participant in Zoom, please use the format name institution_participant name. For the example, UNTAN _Indra. Okay, these are just a few good news to ensure that everyone has a positive and productive webinar experience. Now, let's get with our general lecture. Okay, general lecture series titled Department Studi Program of Electrical Engineering of Engineering Tanjung Pura University with the theme Image Processing and Artificial Intelligence is Potential for Disease Diagnosis. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Good morning and welcome everyone to this general lecture. The first, respectable Dean of Faculty of Engineering, Tanjung Pura University, Dr. Insinyur Slamet Widodo, MTIPM. Honorable the Head of Department of Electrical Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, Tanjung Pura University, Professor Dr. Inseno D. Panjaitan, STMTIPM. Honorable the Head of Study of Electrical Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, Tanjung Pura University, Elang Dardian Marin ITN, Faculty of Engineering, University Teknologi Barat, Professor Insinyur PS Dr. Siti Praini Sulaiman, as a speaker in general lecture series titled today, and the participant of general lecture series today present in online or offline. Welcome to the general lecture series titled today. First of all, let us praise to Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Because of His blessing, we are able to attend this event. Secondly, my peace be upon the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has led from the darkness to greatness era. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Muhammad Arif Ustari, will be the master of ceremony, and let me read our agenda this morning. The first agenda is the opening. The second is singing the national anthem of Indonesia Raya. The third is speech, and then a prayer, documentation, and the general lecture which will be delivered by Professor Siti Nuraini, and the last is closing. The first agenda is the opening. Let's open this event by saying basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hopefully with saying alert, this event can run smoothly as is all. The second agenda is singing the national anthem of Indonesia Raya. To the participant, please stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move to our agenda. The first speech will be delivered by the head of study and as chief of the talks today, Mr. Alang Dirdian Maridani, STMT. Dear Mr. Alang, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang terhormat Dekan Fakultas Teknik Universitas Tanjung Pura, Bapak Dr. Insinyur Slamet Widodo MTIPM. Yang terhormat Ketua Jurusan Teknik Elektro UNTAN, Bapak Profesor Dr. Inseno di Panjaitan IPM. Yang terhormat Ibu Asosiat Profesor Insinyur S. Dr. Siti Nuraini Sulaiman, Excellency Deputy Chancellor of Academic Affairs of University Teknologi Mara, Pulau Pinang Kampus, sebagai pemateri yang berkenan hadir dalam TEKNIK kami hari ini. Yang terhormat Bapak Ibu dosen Teknik Elektro Tanjung Pura dan seluruh peserta kegiatan TEKNIK yang dapat hadir secara offline di ruang sidang utama Fakultas Teknik dan secara online melalui link Zoom ini. Puji syukur kita hadirkan pada Allah Subhanahu wa taala sehingga kita semua dapat hadir pada kegiatan TEKNIK General Lecture Series Teknik Elektro yang mengambil tema Image Processing and Artificial Intelligence, its Potential for Disease Diagnosis. Kegiatan TEKNIK ini dihadiri oleh sekitar 126 peserta yang terdiri dari berbagai instansi, badan pemerintah, perencanaan pembangunan Kabupaten Sintang, Provinsi Kalimantan Barat, perguruan tinggi mewakili anggota Fortei, Forum Pendidikan Tinggi Teknik Elektro Indonesia, yang terdiri dari Universitas Tanjung Pura, UITM, Universitas Kahuripan Kediri, Universitas Islam Negeri Sultan Syarif Kasim Riau, Universitas Semarang, Universitas Jambi, Universitas Maritim Raja Ali Haji, Universitas Islam Nahdlatul Ulama Jepara, Universitas Sanata Dharma Yogyakarta, Universitas Muhammadiyah Purwokerto, Universitas Muhammadiyah Jakarta, Universitas Negeri Padang, Institut Teknologi PLN, Universitas Lampung, Universitas Islam Sultan Agung Semarang, Universitas Negeri Nusa Cendana, ITENAS Bandung, UNPAD Bandung, Universitas Trunojoyo Madura, Universitas Nusa Pendiri, Universitas Komarudin, Universitas Riau, MLTP, USM, Universitas Andalas Padang. Baik dosen, praktisi, alumni maupun mahasiswa. Tujuan diselenggarakannya kegiatan TEKNIK Series 4 ini adalah menambah dan memperdalam wawasan dalam pengetahuan mahasiswa tentang penggunaan kecerdasan buatan dan pengolahan citra. Wawasan tentang bagaimana teknologi ini dapat meningkatkan aktivitas dan akurasi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Alang. The second speech will be delivered by the head of Department of Electrical Engineering, Professor Dr. Inseno D. Panjaitan, STMT IPM, and as a moderator for the talks today. Dear Professor Seno, time is yours.
Good morning, everybody. So, welcome to Pontianak. Especially welcome to Faculty of Engineering, and even more especially welcome to the Department of Electrical Engineering from City. So, we are very glad to welcome these students and some of the audience also from the other universities. So, today we will do like general lecture in English, and today we'll hear the fourth TE talks. Professor asked me, what is TE talks? TE is Teknik Elektro. So it's about electrical engineering talks. This is the fourth one. The first three is from industrial, from Schneider, from Wika, and from other company. But the fourth one we try from academics. This is the fourth one from UNTAN Mara, ya, Pahang. So welcome, and we hope that this Prof. Siti can deliver the knowledge for our students, for our college, So we will like have an idea in artificial intelligence, especially in medical, biomedical engineering, I think, the field. Thank you, and we hope that our dean can open this general lecture. And we also welcome for the Director of International Office who facilitate this general lecture. Thank you, and we hope you all enjoy from the audience from offline and online can enjoy the knowledge that will be delivered by Prof. Thank you.
Okay, thanks Professor Seno. The third speech will be delivered by the Dean of Faculty of Engineering, Tanjung Pura University, Dr. Insinyur Slamet Widodo, MTIPM, and as well as the opening to the talks today. If Mr. Slamet, tidak Mr.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera kita semua. Pertama, alhamdulillah kita dalam keadaan sehat bisa melanjutkan series dari ini series keempat seingat saya, jadi teknik elektro tol. Jadi pertama terima kasih kehadiran dari delegasi Presiden, khususnya dari Wakil Rektor 1 Akademik Ibu Asosiasi Profesor Dr. Insinyur Dr. Siti Nur Aini Sulaiman yang pada hari berkenan hadir walaupun kemarin ketemu di rektorat ya, untuk melanjutkan kegiatan lebih detail khususnya adalah kuliah umum pada kegiatan series keempat seingat saya dari Talk hari ini digelar oleh departemen atau jurusan teknik elektro. Terima kasih sekali lagi kehadiran Ibu Siti Nur Aini, semoga berkenan nanti berbagi sharing. Kemudian kepada dekan-dekan, kepada para kolega khususnya di teknik elektro, dan juga hadirin sini dihadirin Direktur International Office Pak Seirin. Terima kasih. Kemudian terima kasih kepada Pak Fajur, Prof. Seno dengan Pak Prodi Teknik Elektro Pak Elang yang berkenan untuk melaksanakan di talk ini. Juga hadirin yang berbahagia serta mahasiswa sekalian. Semoga kegiatan ini berlangsung jadi tetap berlangsung sustainable. Jadi sebelumnya juga kegiatan dihadiri atau disajikan oleh narasumber, juga ada praktisi ya, hari ini dilakukan oleh akademisi dan selanjutnya mungkin dari sesi atau bagian-bagian lain. Adapun tema hari ini adalah terkait dengan image processing and artificial intelligence, ini adalah potensinya untuk mendiagnosis penyakit. Semoga kegiatan ini bermanfaat dan berkelanjutan pada kegiatan series yang berikutnya. Dan demikian sekaligus dengan ucapan Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, kegiatan teknik elektro talks pada hari ini dibuka dengan harapan semoga bermanfaat dan memberikan kebaikan kita semua. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Oke, thanks Mr. Slamet. Selanjutnya adalah penandatanganan LOA dari UNTAN ke UITM. Okay. Before we come to the initiation, let us start this praise first. Praise will led by Mr. Apori. Dear Mr. Apori, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings, good morning, and may this be bonus. Before starting this event, let us lower our heads, hearts, and souls to the word of God according and asking His Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ala ya Allah. Praying praise and gratitude for all your great bounty that you have for community. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ya Allah, only to you we serve and only to you we ask for help. Please give us determination, strength, sincerity, protection, and guidance to fulfill the trust in working and crafting for our country. Ya Allah, Ya Rabbana, this event is held solely to earn your blessing. So please bestow upon us hint and guidance so that we can execute it well for our well-being in the future. Allahumma ya Allah, Ya Rabbana, Ya Karim, Ya please make all of us into trustworthy people.
Seno as moderator from this point. Dear Professor Seno,
Reconnecting.
time is yours.
Tadi reconnecting. Jaringannya jelek. Antara komsel.
Baiklah, I will introduce Profesor Dr. Siti Nurani Binti Sulaiman. Beliau adalah salah satu timbalan rektor. Kita itu wakil rektor, tapi beliau bidangnya, her field is electrical engineering, more specifically in image processing. She obtained her PhD degree in imaging. For PhD degree, master degree, and bachelor from University Malaysia. She got so many research funding. Yeah, can mention one by one. Take her time. I mention all of them. And then she wants to deliver the subject about image processing and artificial intelligence, its potential for disease diagnosis. Jadi adik-adik, baik yang di sini maupun di online, ini adalah satu bidang di mana nanti bisa diterapkan, masuk ke kontrol, masuk ke bidang lain, yang masuknya ini bisa juga ke kedokteran, biomedical engineering. I also invite the dean of kedokteran, dean of medical faculty. We invite the students and colleagues to join the online meeting. So hopefully we can think about one topics that we can collaborate in the future. So I don't want to take so much time from your time, so time short.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma shalli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala sayyidina Muhammad. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim. First of all, thank you very much to Fakultas Teknik specifically, okay, and UNTAN for you letting some time to hear my talk today, and thank you to Rosino also. When I contact him, saya menghubungi beliau, saya maklumkan yang saya ingin bertemu, saya akan datang ke UNTAN, and he invite me to give a talk for TE talk, and as mentioned by him just now, I asked him what is TE talk, and he mentioned that this is a regular talk. TE is for TEKNIK, ELEKTRO. Okay, and I think in my department, the biomedical engineering is part of electrical engineering, because we have a department of computer engineering and system engineering. So biomedical engineering is the application, okay, and image processing and artificial intelligence is one of the subject in our department in UITM. Okay, so for today, my talk is about image processing and artificial intelligence, and I would like to see its potential for disease diagnosis. Okay, as mentioned by Prof. Sino, image processing and artificial intelligence can also be applied in several fields or several applications. For example, maybe Dr. Zairi mentioned that he's from architecture. Okay? Saya sebut architecture kan? And he applied the image processing using the drone for his implementation. So the image processing as well can be applied in many other fields. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to proceed with my presentation today. The presentation is about image processing and artificial intelligence and its potential for disease diagnosis. Okay, as introduced, my name is Siti Noraini Sulaiman and I'm from UITM Cawangan Pulau Pinang. Okay, we have UITM is the biggest university in Malaysia, and this is one of the branch which is located in Penang. Okay, so this is my outline of my presentation today, which is I will start with the introduction, and I will give some scenario of the health in Malaysia, and I will give some brief on the what is automated intelligent disease diagnosis system, and maybe I will introduce some of the cases that have been implemented by my students, PhD and my master student, and also I will introduce the research area or the research that we have done in our faculty, and then I will conclude with what is the challenges and issues raised when we try to implement the image processing and artificial intelligence in disease diagnosis. Alright. For the introduction, I will look at the health scenario in Malaysia. Okay, we start with the statistics, the cause of death in Malaysia, and we can see that the principal cause of death, this is the statistic for in 2020. The principal cause of death, the number one is the ischemic heart disease, which is the ischemic heart disease, which is related to cardiovascular disease. Okay, which is contribute up 50% of the cause of death in Malaysia, followed by the pneumonia, 12.2%, and cerebrovascular disease, which is 8%, the transport accident, 3.8%, and the malignant of trachea, bronchus, and lung, which is 2.0%. So we can see that it is the cause of death is mainly caused by a disease which could be possibly prevented when we can detect it at early stage. Normally, for early screening and diagnosis, best method is by identifying those disease earlier. And then we look at the ratio of medical personnel in Malaysia. The ratio from the medical personnel, maybe the doctors, the radiologists, okay? The ratio in 2012, the ratio is 1 to 762 population. Okay, so in 2020, the number is increased. Okay, where the medical doctor, the number currently the medical doctor in Malaysia is 71,000, and both the medical doctor is located both in public and private sector, and the gap is kecilkan sedikit. Okay, now the number is reducing. The ratio number is reducing. The number become from 1 to 762. It be 1 to 454 people, the population in Malaysia. So looking at this statistic, showing that there's a need of automated or intelligent medical disease system, which it could assist the manual disease screening and diagnosis process. For disease diagnosis, the conventional approach is the clinical diagnosis is performed by the physician through the visual inspection on the obtained medical modalities. There are a few modalities in medical where maybe anak-anak pernah dengar X-ray, CT scan, MRI. Okay, that are the modalities used in medical. Okay, so to diagnose or to diagnose the disease, the doctor will use these modalities. They will inspect by their manual inspection by their eyes. Okay, so these medical officers could make the appropriate diagnosis by studying and interpreting the medical data from these modalities. Okay, but what is the problem arise from that approach, the conventional approach? As we know, the modalities or the images that are produced by those modalities have the complexity in the collected medical data, which is make it difficult for physicians to extract the information. Okay, so it leads to longer screening, diagnosis and prognosis time. So patient, pesakit tidak mampu menunggu lama. Mungkin the disease mungkin berbahaya. So dia jika the diagnosis been done manually, it will take a longer time. Okay, maybe the hayat pesakit itu akan membahayalah kepada pesakit itu. And also during the conventional approach, the misdiagnosis and false interpretation due to the manpower crisis. Remember the ratio just now, the ratio the medical personnel to the patient is higher. So the manpower crisis and human error could arise here, such as maybe there's eye fatigue and eyesickness, because the radiologists have to interpret many data to confirm the disease before it can confirm the disease. So this is led to the automated intelligent disease diagnosis system. What is the automated intelligent disease system? As we know that the automated intelligent disease diagnosis system is a collaborative of interdisciplinary technology. It comes from engineering, statistical model, digital image and signal processing, and it involves also the mathematical model and of course the artificial intelligence. the goal for automated intelligent disease diagnosis system is not to replace the medical doctor. We are not going to replace the medical doctor. We still need the medical doctor, but it is as the second opinion that can assist the medical doctor or physician to interpret the medical modalities accurately. This is the purpose of we having the automated intelligent disease diagnosis systems. And also, we would like to improve the diagnosis accuracy, especially in the cases of we have the inexperienced physician, okay, by merging the benefit of empirical human and explicit machine. Okay, we would like to improve the diagnostic accuracy. And finally, we would like to provide uninterrupted and faster screening diagnosis and prognosis processes. This is our aim, not to replace the medical doctor. So, by using the AIDDS or Automated Intelligent Disease Diagnosis System, we need to integrate the image processing and artificial intelligence, and it involves several steps. Okay, we start with data acquisition, data pre-processing, because we need to prepare the data first before it can be fed into the image processing or artificial intelligence. Okay, and then we need to do the data extraction and data classification. For the data acquisition, in this stage, we convert and measure the input from the real world physical condition to digital numeric value, because at first the data could not be interpreted by the computer, so we need to convert to the one that can be computer can comprehend it. Okay, in the form of medical images, normally the data acquisition is in the form of medical images, come from CT, MRI, PET, positron emission tomography, X-ray or radiography ultrasound. This is the example of medical modalities, the images of the data that we acquire. Okay. The one that I mentioned is maybe in the form of images, or it can be in the form of signal. For example, EEG or ECG. So to process this data, it needs high-end and sophisticated equipment. Okay, the acquisition equipment, which is because we need to process the high-quality image and the signal, so that it can be as far as the human vision. Okay, but there are limitations for in this data acquisition, where the number one is human and technical error could occur during the image sampling preparation, or image where we acquire the sample. During the sample preparation, there could be human error, maybe the noise, or the image will be corrupted, or the data will be corrupted by the noise, or the limited specification of data equipment itself. So, to overcome that, we need to do the data pre-processing first. To unify the medical input data into a standard condition, so that the computer algorithm can be developed in such a way that it can be applicable to a wide range of medical input with different quality. So to make sure that this can be happen, some of the method can be applied in the data pre-processing, which is involve the filtering, enhancement, and segmentation. So a typical, the filtering is a typical procedure which is found in, at this stage is we need to filter the image. Maybe the image during the acquisition, the image is corrupted with noise, or the image itself has the noise artifact. So we need to do the noise reduction, and or we need to smooth the image. Okay, the noise artifact is the distortion or error that is commonly occurred. We can find in the medical input data, and the presence of this noise artifact could corrupt the medical input data and subsequently jeopardize the clinical diagnostic quality. So that is why we need to filter the image first before we can do the post-processing. Or maybe the image would require the image enhancement, because sometimes the image is come with improper, or the setup is insignificant with the amount of lighting and occurrence of unwanted artifacts such as the powder, the blood, or the one that we call it outliers or the noise. Okay, so we need to enhance it to become a proper image. So maybe at this stage, the enhancement of contrast and quality is needed. And finally, maybe we need at this pre-processing stage, we need the segmentation to segment the region of interest, where we need to remove the insignificant background and unwanted artifact. The challenges raised here is how we would like to maintain the structure, because remember, we deal with the information that can that determine the life of the patient. Okay, so we need to maintain the structure, the size, color, and the appearance of the significant features, because each disease contains the characteristic or the features of the disease itself. Okay, after we have done the pre-processing, we need to extract the features. Okay, after we have identified the region of interest, we need to extract and select the features that represent the disease. Okay, in medical field, ROI is commonly used as a particular portion of a data set. For example, in terms of image or signal, that is a matter of concern during the diagnosis process. So we need an essential, it is an essential part for the automated intelligent disease diagnosis system to be carried out, so that the data extraction stage is in order to reduce the complexity of the diagnosis process. The data extraction is crucial because of the accuracy of the diagnosis would solely depend on the ROI as well as the features extraction. And this is the crucial part where the data selection is applied to remove the insignificant features in the image. So here, the final stage is the classification. Here we use the machine learning or expert system. Okay, between the machine learning and expert system, there are some different principal rules. Okay, for machine learning, the machine learning provide tools that can significantly help medical practitioners to reveal the interesting relationship in the data that have been collected and have been processed just now. Okay, so the machine learning, which is based on classifiers, have the ability to predict and classify the disease based on the employed machine learning methodology. So in principle, the medical diagnostic knowledge of the machine learning based classifier can be automatically developed or learned from the description of the cases solved from the past. So maybe they learn from the past case that has been solved previously. For the expert system or case-based reasoning and rule-based system, the method such as the rule-based, which is involve the fuzzy and increased, expert system and case-based reasoning are derived and accumulated from the expert of the given. But in this case, we gain the knowledge from the medical expert. Okay, so the opinion, the diagnosis, and the prognosis of the expert are compiled into a rule. Okay, it can be the rule-based analysis structure according to the specific concept, and it developed in the particular diagnosis solution. Okay, that is the basic idea of the what is the automated artificial intelligence disease diagnosis system. So I would like to show what currently my students have been implemented or studied. Okay, the first study is we try to look at the to solve the problem for breast cancer, where the image we acquired from the digital breast tomosynthesis image. So the study involves how we can make the filter and for enhancement. Okay, so the title of the study is a comparative study of sharp masking filter for enhancement of digital breast disease for digital breast tomosynthesis images. I give some introduction. What is the DBT? The DBT is actually the new technology which generates the 3D images for breast area. Okay, so this is to view the breast area for many angles at many locations. Okay, where the conventional method for breast cancer disease diagnosis for the diagnosis of the breast cancer is by using the mammogram. But here we use the DBT, digital tomosynthesis, digital breast tomosynthesis, where it can produce a 3D screening images. Okay, so by having the DBT, it can improve the sensitivity and specificity of breast cancer detection as compared to the mammogram. And it also improves the mammogram limitation, such as in mammogram, it cannot detect when the tissue is overlapped, or we have a difficulty, especially when the breast tissue is dense. Okay, so the DBT can solve that in what limitation arise in the mammogram, and it also with a lower dose radiation, okay, lower dose of radiation level. But some modalities, of course, ada dia punya the limitation. Okay, although it is the new technology, but also it has some limitation, which is the DBT images that have been produced. Ada dia punya the blurry artifact and also corrupted with the noise. Okay, so in disease diagnosis, in our study, we would like to see we would like to detect the microcalcification, which is the microcalcification is the small deposit of calcium, which is very small, macam satu spot yang kecil sahaja, okay, within the breast area. Okay, so when the microcalcification or this is called the region of interest in this case for this study for breast cancer diagnosis study, the ROI in this case is microcalcification. So when the small spot is very small in the images, and the DBT the produced image is blur, so we cannot, it is hard for the medical expert to interpret or do the diagnosis. Therefore, we need to filter or to do the enhancement. The method that we choose is unsharp masking. The upper one is the conventional method, where the unsharp masking is actually the image mapping technique, and it uses the mask when it masks on the original image to filter the image, and it has several factors here. Therefore, we need to add some non-linear element in the unsharp masking. We integrate with some in the conventional study, they use the median filter combined with the unsharp masking so that it can filter the image correctly. In our study, we try to propose not only the median filter, but we use the hybrid max median filter. Okay, of course, in order to proceed with this study, the process is we need to have the ethical application first. Okay, because this saya tak pasti kalau di sini dipanggil ethical, when involve the medical ethic. So when involved with the medical, so we have to apply the ethic first. So this study, we apply the ethic application, and then only we can proceed with the data collection. Okay, the data that we obtained from our partner in University Science Malaysia, which is from the imaging unit from Advanced Medical and Dental Institute in USM. So this study involved, we take the images from 2 patients and 11 images that we use. This is the for the study, our pilot study lah. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, this study also involved the pre-processing step, where we need to eliminate. First, we need to eliminate the pectoral muscle around the breast area, and then we need to increase the intensity value and change the background to black and white. So this is the stage of pre-processing stage. After that, we combine with the unsharp masking with the filter, medium filter. We use the medium filter as the conventional medium filter, as well as we compare with the hybrid maximum filter and hybrid sigma filter before we can perform the non-linear unsharp masking. Okay, this is the principle of the hybrid max and sigma filter, and I would like to show the result. Okay, we compare the result with the conventional, and we do the comparison or the analysis, the performance analysis. We measure the processing time, MSE, PSNR, as well as the SSIM, the similarity index. Okay, so you can see that the processing time, although the proposed method taking longer time, but in terms of the performance, it is better. Okay, so this is the qualitative result, where all the images that undergo the NLUM, either from the conventional medium filter, using the conventional medium filter, or hybrid max or sigma max, it is being the best among the conventional. Okay, and we can conclude that by doing the integration or combine the LUM with the hybrid max and also the sigma max, it can produce a better image. We can later assist the diagnosis part. The second part of our study, which involved the deep conventional neural network, it is involved the artificial intelligence. Okay, the enhancement, the title is Enhancement of Extremely Dense Breast Tissue based on digital DBT images based on the deep convolutional neural network approach. Okay, here, okay, maybe I can skip the introduction on the DBT and the breast cancer. We straight away go to the objective here. The objective is to extract the blurry features. Here we need to extract the blurry features and detect the blurry images by using the hybrid SBM CNN classification method for blurry detection of DBT image. This is because we have a large number from the problem statement, the large number of reconstructed DBT comes with slices, okay, with uncertainty image that later will limit the screening process. Okay, because the image that produced by the DBT is so many. So we need to filter the images based on the blurry factor. The second objective is to enhance the blurry detection by integrating the blurry vector with the features extracted from the SBM CNN. And then we need to model the new CNN model for microclassification contrast enhancement of extremely dense breast tissue. And finally, after we have developed the system, we need to do the validation. This is the normal step in every system development. We need to perform the validation and evaluate the performance based on the medical expert. Okay, we need the medical expert to evaluate and to ensure that the functionality of the proposed model is valid. Okay, so here by introducing the CNN, the significance of our study is a new CNN model of the DBT images, which the aim is to enhance is expected beneficial to decrease the false positive in this cancer detection, okay, especially for extremely dense breast tissue. So here also the intelligence system can ensure to produce the better quality image, and thus we can help the radiologists to decrease the review time, because they have piles of images, so they need to reduce the review time. They only focus their time to look at the image that which is high potential to have the disease, the cancer. Okay, and also it could reduce the false diagnosis. And by having this proposed method, also it can offer the valuable information towards the development of computer-aided diagnosis system for breast disease, for breast cancer disease. So this is the overall proposed work done by my PhD student. Okay, at first we need to have the original image from the DBT image, and then we need to filter it first. We have to identify whether it is blurry or non-blurry image. So we use the CNN to classify whether it is blurry or non-blurry. So we only focus on the non-blurry images only, and these images will be fed into the next CNN architecture, okay, for micro classification contrast enhancement. Okay, we need to do the contrast enhancement on the non-blurry DVT images and then perform the validation. At this stage, the proposed method can can detect or can give the vector for the blurry and non-blurry with the variance and the we use the several algorithm here and we use some threshold value to classify the blurry and non-blurry, and we compare with the expert, what is the expert have evaluated. Okay, so we can see that when we put some threshold value, we use the threshold value of 700, so the error rate can reduce to 0.05 with the accuracy of 95%. So at this stage, we would like to see what is the threshold value that can give or can classify the correct blurry and non-blurry images. Okay, and then the result. Okay, we fed into the CNN SPM. The result achieved 86% of accuracy, and when combined with SPM, it outperformed the CNN for blurry detection on the DVT images. So those two are a sample of studies that apply the image processing and artificial intelligence for disease diagnosis. Okay, that is the ongoing study, and currently this is the study in my department or in my RIG, research interest group. We focus not only on the breast cancer disease, but we also focus on the lung cancer. Okay, there's a study on the lung cancer, and also on the heart disease, cardiovascular disease, and also the brain images. Okay, the study on the stroke patient. So we study the MRI images. Okay, these are the study done by my student. Two PhD students have completed their study. Okay, the first one is focuses on the white matter hyperintensity identification. This is for the stroke patient. Okay, focus on the image processing, and the other student focus on the lung cancer disease system, where they use the image processing and combine with the deep neural network to detect the lung cancer disease. And for my master student, which focus on the microclassification for digital breast tomosynthesis images using the convolutional neural network, and also it combined with the image processing. Okay, the final stage is we look at the challenges and issues. Okay, the challenges and issues in this field of study among the medical doctor. Are we ready to accept the computer aided as the second opinion? Okay, yang ni yang menjadi pertanyaan. Okay, are we ready to rely on computer? Okay, but as I mentioned just now, it's not to replace the medical doctor, but it is used as a second opinion. Okay, and in terms of medical doctor, I believe in terms of medical field, I believe that the awareness and the policy issues on using the CAD is not widely applied yet lah. Okay, and also for the public percaya atau tidak dengan the disease that been diagnosed by the computer. Okay, and also ada trust on the maybe the confidential issues here when apabila dia diagnosed by the medical doctor. Of course, the medical doctors abide with the confidential issues. But when we use the computer, so the confidentiality issues also is being up here. And the possible solution here is integrating, might be with not to replace the CAD or computer-aided disease diagnosis 100%. We need to integrate the decision made by medical doctors and machine, so that the research can be, it will lead to more objective screening and diagnosis result. Okay, more reliable. Okay, not to be more reliable, but to save the time. Okay, faster and save the time. Okay, and also improve the capability of the developed system. We need to increase the trust among the medical doctor as well as the public, and we need to integrate with the engineering as well as the security and IT, so that the confidential issues can be tackled. Okay, so I think that will be all my sharing today. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for your nice presentations, Shini. And before we go into the questions and answer session, I will try to summarize the presentation. We talk about the image processing, as we call it, imaging. Yeah. And at the first time, we present the head scanner in Malaysia in brief, and then compare the professional course and visual inspection, so like X-ray and scan, and possibly there's a false interpretation. So she introduced the automated intelligent diagnostic system, which is called AIDS, as a second opinion, not replacing the doctor. So, and then she gave two case studies, cancer and how to cancer be detected. At the first time, it's using the dense breast tissue of the DT, which has the fluid, artifacts, and noise. So there's some like microcalcification, and then using the UMUM to provide better interpretation. The second one is using location-based neural detection, or EBDB algorithm. So the results is quite different by the doctor after patient. And then at last, she highlighted the challenge issue. The question is whether doctor are ready, apakah dokter siap gitu menerima hasil image ini sebagai second atau yang memutuskan bahwa ini ada cancer atau tidak. Siap nggak dokter? And the second one, public, kita semua, apakah siap menerima? Are we ready to set decision when we use the CAD for decides the result of the image and conclusions using the machine learning or another artificial intelligence algorithm? Are we ready to set the decision? So, solusinya yang diberikan adalah combination, integrating between the doctor, professional one with the one proposed by Prof. Siti. Next one is we go into the question and answer. Kita silakan bertanya dalam bahasa Indonesia, oke. Malay masih ngerti lah, karena kita Pontianak ya, jadi masih oke. Kemudian bahasa Inggris juga oke. Saya tahu di sini ada penelitian terkait dengan kesehatan juga, terkait elektro dan kesehatan. Ustaz beda dia. Pernah riset tentang kesehatan, dia juga informatik nih. Mungkin nanti bisa juga ya terkait machine learning, artificial intelligence itu nggak jauh-jauh. Telemetry, informatics, tinggal aplikasinya kemana. We also try before to find the image processing in crops, in padi. With the image, because we use the very expensive camera, it's about 80 millions in rupiah. But we can use the very cheap camera. With this image, we can decide the crop is good or not. It will be good. I mean, the device will be much cheaper, and I think the farmer will want to buy it. That's all. Ada pertanyaan? Maybe from the online. Ya silakan, one by one. Bu Hilda sama Ali. Nah, Ali juga nih, image processing, machine learning ya. Mahasiswa. Oke, silakan Bu Hilda.
Online.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you for good morning everybody.
Morning.
Salam Ibu Prof. Siti Sulaiman. Saya Hilda, one of the lecturer of electrical department here. I have a research before on system pakar, expert system business. The deteksi ini, not only detection but tuberculosis for the children. Itu menggunakan nilai certainty factor, CF, expert system. Jadi kami di Indonesia, oke, boleh mulai kita menggunakan tenaga pakar dari dokter anak itu untuk memberikan nilai kemungkinan bagaimana tuberkulosis pada anak dari berjenis-jenis tuberkulosis dari 5 macam TBC tulang, kemudian TBC bronkitis, kemudian batuk biasa, kemudian demam biasa, untuk mendeteksi apakah anak-anak tersebut berkemungkinan menderita tuberkulosis sebelum dilakukan tes mantuk sebagai gejala awal dari banyaknya gejala batuk, bronkitis dan lain-lain. Untuk itu saja kami menggunakan partner IDAI atau Ikatan Dokter Anak Indonesia Kalimantan Barat yang menunjuk satu pakar dokter anak untuk memberikan data diagnosa maupun gejala awal, bagaimana menyusun diagnosa dari 5 macam kasus tersebut. Nah, mohon maaf Profesor, untuk itu yang kami dapatkan untuk mendapatkan kemungkinan bagaimana membangun sistem pakar berbasis website yang kami bangun. Untuk menanyakan riset yang Profesor lakukan bersama student, tadi adalah mendeteksi, memperlihatkan yang saya tangkap gitu, pencitraan yang lebih baik daripada mamografi, betul ya? Begitu ya. Jadi kan kita di perempuan itu kan mendeteksi kanker payudara, begitu kira adik dari bingung kan, kanker payudara yang dimaksud breast cancer itu adalah menggunakan mamografi kalau di Pontianak gitu. Nah tadi dari apa? DBT ya, DBT. Tadi use DBT itu memperlihatkan pencitraan yang lebih baik daripada mamografi, menambah pencitraan lebih bagus. Nah, apakah dalam analisis riset yang dilakukan ini untuk menunjukkan ketepatan
DVT tadi, langsung saja misalnya kita ini hanya dalam bidang engineering saja, ataukah menggunakan partner juga dari medical faculty, dokter. Nah, apakah demikian? Karena menyangkut dengan kode etik tadi, ada banyak hal yang tidak bisa kita lakukan di task engineering. Itu yang pertama. Kemudian yang kedua, apakah dari beberapa kali percobaan tadi dari breast cancer untuk mamogram tadi bisa lebih bagus daripada mamogram, kemudian bisa mendapatkan pengakuan dari kode etik sehingga itu bisa diimplementasikan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Maybe just take one. Or you want to answer that? Okay. Masuk dia ya. Salah dia.
Terima kasih Ibu Kuliah. Terima kasih atas pertanyaan tadi. Research yang Ibu Hilda sendiri lakukan sangat menarik berkenaan dengan tuberculosis kan. Okey, pertanyaan tadi berkenaan dengan adakah saya punya partner? Okay, of course di dalam research yang melibatkan medical, kita akan perlu ada expert from the medical sendiri. Dan dalam kes ini saya ada melantik radiologis, konsultan radiologis sebagai co-supervisor kepada pelajar-pelajar itu untuk menilai dari segi pencapaian adakah to validate whether the result that they produce is helping the medical doctors or not. Okay, and of course biasanya apabila dalam satu-satu peringkat pengajian itu tidak boleh kita terus konkludekan bahawa ianya bagus dan bisa menggantikan doktor itu, tidak bisa. Tetapi ianya boleh membantu. Okay? Dan ini disebutkan lagi sebenarnya untuk DVT dan juga mamogram ini, mamogram ada dia punya spesifikasi dia yang tersendiri. Okay? Di Malaysia masih lagi menggunakan mamogram sebagai satu cara untuk extract the image ataupun untuk dapatkan the data. Tapi the most advanced one is the DVT. Okay? Doctors or the hospital sekarang ni sudah bergerak ke arah penggunaan the DVT image itself untuk, tapi kebanyakannya untuk yang hospital yang mempunyai fasiliti yang bagus lah akan bergerak ke arah DVT. Tapi for public hospital masih lagi menggunakan mamogram image sebagai mamogram sebagai salah satu cara untuk dapatkan atau for the screening of the images itu. Dan seperti yang menjawab kepada pertanyaan Ibu Rita tadi, memang kami melibatkan dalam research ini, dalam studi ini masih lagi melibatkan the expert from the medical untuk validate dan ada result that have been produced. Soalan yang kedua tadi.
Yang kedua itu from the chef for experiments, do you think you can conclude your way is better than professional?
Okay, mungkin ada berlaku salah faham sedikit dekat sini. DVT bukan diproduce oleh saya. DVT bukan diproduce. DVT adalah satu metod untuk acquisition data acquisition saja. Dia akan berada di antara sama ada mamogram ataupun DVT untuk kita dapatkan image itu. Tapi disebabkan I go for the advanced punya image acquisition, so I go for the DVT image, how they acquire the data.
Jadi intinya ini tidak ke image-nya, tapi bagaimana menginterpretasi image ya.
Yeah.
So maybe the question is the accuracy. Tadi sudah ada terakhir perbandingan Kemudian Aldi, Wadi, student. Ya, silakan. Yang lain siap-siap ya. Yang mau marah sama yang online silakan diketik.
Perkenalkan, nama saya Aldi Mardi. Saya saat ini mahasiswa tahun akhir dari Departemen Electrical Engineering. Saat ini saya sedang menyusun proposal penelitian terkait gas flow detection. Yang menjadi pertanyaan saya itu seperti yang kita ketahui, perkembangan teknologi kecerdasan buatan atau AI dan image processing telah membawa kemajuan yang signifikan dalam kehidupan, termasuk di bidang deteksi penyakit. Tetapi ada beberapa tantangan. Salah satunya ialah pengolahan raw data. Pengolahan raw data pada pemeriksaan penyakit dalam, seperti pada pemeriksaan otak atau tadi cancer payudara. Data yang digunakan itu kan menggunakan salah satunya menggunakan magnetic resonance imaging atau MRI image, yang mana datanya diperoleh dari yang mana datanya itu kan memiliki kualitas yang sangat rendah dan memiliki kontras yang tidak mencukupi untuk interpretasi visual atau ekspektasi data dari image tersebut, yang jadi sehingga sulit untuk mendeteksi penyakit dari lokasi yang pada otak tersebut. Yang menjadi pertanyaan saya itu bagaimana untuk meningkatkan kualitas dari raw data yang diperoleh dari imaging tersebut pada tahap image processing, sehingga raw data tersebut dapat dipakai untuk tahap selanjutnya pada tahap pengolahan data tadi atau pengolahan data tersebut dan memperoleh hasil yang tepat, sehingga dari yang diderita oleh pasien tersebut. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Ali, saudara Ali. Saudara Aldi, saya doakan semoga sukses dalam penyiapan research proposal itu. Bagus sekali pertanyaannya. Seperti yang saya maklumkan tadi dalam slide saya tadi, untuk kita dapatkan data yang bagus sebelum kita dapat masukkan ke dalam whatever method that we choose, whether we need to use the AI or deep learning, okay, we need to do the pre-processing first. Okay, so at this stage, okay, sebenarnya stage ini yang kita nampak melihat kita ianya ada pre-processing, but it is a crucial stage before it can be fed into the artificial intelligence or whatever system that we have proposed. Okay. Method apa yang sesuai? Aldi bertanyakan tentang method apa yang sesuai untuk kita gunakan. Ini bergantung kepada jenis image ataupun tujuan objektif yang kita perlukan. Contohnya, sekiranya permasalahannya bermula, sekiranya image yang kita dapati itu sangat telah dikorupsi by the noise ataupun the blurry, so we need to have a good filtering method. Okay, a good filtering method so that the contrast ataupun the noise we can filter it out at the very early stage. Okay, or kalau kita lihat image yang kita dapat itu kontrasnya tidak bagus, mungkin dia terlalu gelap due to the lightning ataupun lighting punya issues. Ya, adakah kita lihat daripada dia punya in image processing, we have the histogram. Okay, the histogram, we look at the pattern of the intensity distribution. Okay, the distribution tu adakah ianya skewed to the bright or skewed to the dark. Okay, so kita perlu tetapkan apa yang kita hendak dapatkan dekat sini. Okay, adakah kita mahu dapatkan from the image yang terlalu gelap ataupun terlalu cerah. Kita perlu aplikasikan metod yang dipanggil image enhancement. Okay, in image enhancement, there are a few method, which is contrast enhancement. Itu kita nak perbaiki dari segi kontrasnya. Ataupun histogram equalization, kita nak equalizekan dia punya histogram itu. Okay, then a few method that can be applied in the for the purpose of enhancement. Kita nak enhancekan the quality the image tu. Ataupun jika sekiranya kita mahu detect some boundary of the image itu. Okay, kita ada, remember tadi saya kata region of interest. Kita ada region of interest, the part that we are interested to look at. So kita mungkin menggunakan segmentation, where it can segmented the region yang kita nak, kita perlukan, the wanted and unwanted region. So apakah teknik yang perlu kita gunakan at the pre-processing step tu? It depend on kita punya keperluan, kita punya objektif. Or we can also use the three method tu. Mungkin kita perlu gabungkan the filtering, image enhancement and the segmentation pada stage pre-processing itu. Okay, boleh Ardi?
Ini ada beberapa teknik untuk processing image. Berikutnya ada? Oh, silakan. Oh, ada ini nanti Pak Bis ya. Silakan.
Terima kasih atas
Atau nanti langsung satu juga. Oh, sedikit ya.
Sajid dari saya ingin bertanya, untuk mengolah mesin learning, terutama deep learning itu kan memerlukan data yang sangat banyak. Sedangkan di data biomedical seperti X-ray, DBT image atau MRI image untuk penyakit tertentu masih sangat sedikit. Jadi dengan data yang sedikit itu apa yang harus dilakukan untuk mencapai akurasi yang baik? Apakah mungkin menggunakan metode seperti image augmentation untuk memperbanyak data atau seperti apa? Terima kasih.
Oke, lagi Mas Hafiz, silakan kasih masuk. Sajid ya? Syahmi.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Perkenalkan, saya Hairul Hafid. Saya juga dari dulu S2 di Medical Informatics di Universitas Islam Indonesia. Kajian saya juga tentang image processing mengenai dipstick urinalysis 4 tahun yang lalu. Di mana dipstick urinalysis itu untuk mengklasifikasi kelas dalam satu citra. Yang dipertanyakan, semisal kita meneliti di medical informatics, tentunya kita melalui tahap pengumpulan data, analisis dan pada akhirnya evaluasi sistem, gitu ya. Yang jadi pertanyaan, tentunya kita di medical informatics di image processing ini bakalan dan berhubungan dengan SPK, expert system, AI, itu pasti akan mengukur sistem dengan mengukur sama akurasi, spesifisitas, sensitivitas, nilai duga positif, nilai duga negatif, presisi F1, F-score ya, biasanya kita menghitung seperti itu. Yang menjadi persoalan, apakah ada standar? Berapa sih data uji, berapa sih data training untuk mengukur permasalahan klasifikasi? Ingat kalau di CNN itu data sampai ribuan data ya. Sedangkan saya waktu penelitian tentang dipstick urinalysis, saya menggunakan perhitungan kedokteran. Ada rumus sendiri kedokteran untuk mengukur, sehingga kemarin dapat 44 data. Ada penelitian lain yang mengukur 30 data, dan juga pernah juga saya ikut seminar, saya pernah bertanya persoalan yang sama, minimal 30 data, standar statistiknya kan gitu. untuk data susah. Jadi kalau kemarin ini seperti itu data primer, saya terjun langsung ngambil urin pasien, tentu melewati yang namanya kaji etik juga kan, kaji etik ethical clearance ya. Dapat semua ambil urin, bikin alat akuisisi sendiri, cepat pakai kamera, analisis, klasifikasi. Persoalan itu apakah ada standar itu, Prof? Standar minim data mengukur akurasi, mengukur sensitivitas. Sekian. Terima kasih.
Baik, jadi tadi pertanyaan kami itu menggunakan sangat banyak, sedangkan X-ray sedikit ya. How you handle this? The second is from the Hafiz is actually the lecture in informatics. How about the CNN? CNN needs thousands of data, but we use the data, the method from medical, only 30 data needs. So how you can if you use CNN?
Okey, saudara, saya jawab soalan dia saudara Syahmi namanya. Okay, soalan yang bagus ya Syahmi berkenaan dengan number of data, kan, number of data that we use. Okay, memang apabila kita menggunakan deep learning, okay, dia menggunakan, okay, soalan berdua ni lebih kurang sama saja dia punya konsepnya. Mungkin saya boleh addresskan kedua-dua soalan sekaligus lah. Okay, apabila kita involve dalam deep learning, okay, normally kita required large amount of data yang kita masukkan ke dalam deep learning itu. Okay, tapi limitation yang ada is for medical studies ni, kita ada limitation data. Okay, data yang kita kata data cancer or non-cancer, biasanya normal cases tu banyak lah, okay, compared to the cancerous itu. Bilangan datanya sangat sedikit. Okay, apa yang boleh dibuat, that is why in deep learning studies they introduce the data augmentation seperti yang disuggest oleh Syami tadi. Memang perlunya kita menggunakan data augmentation itu dalam untuk kita melipat gandakan number of image, number of data yang kita boleh masukkan ke dalam kita punya develop architecture of deep learning tadi. Okay, so itu salah satu method lah, dan memang saya akui lah untuk medical studies ini, dalam medical application study ini, data memang sangat satu benda yang mencabar untuk kita dapat. Okay, dan to answer the question, adakah beberapa standard data, ada standard tak berapa bilangan data yang perlu kita dapat? Sebenarnya tidak ada standard data, as long as we have the result yang kita peroleh itu sudah kita dapat, katanya sudah mencapai tahap yang telah diakui oleh our medical partner lah. Okay, for example, katakan apabila kita menggunakan hanya 20 saja, tapi 20 data saja, tapi our system tu dah boleh identify, dah boleh classify correctly, so the data is enough. The data is enough. So tak ada kita kata standard convention perlu menggunakan 200 data. Tapi our limitation is nak dapatkan the 200 for several cases. For example, kalau cases yang sangat sukar, okay, itu tak mungkin kita akan dapatkan 200 data itu. Tapi apabila by using the augmentation tadi, and apabila kita trainkan data itu, kita dapat produce the best accuracy. Kenapa kita reach 98? So dia menunjukkan bahawa the CNN yang kita developkan itu telah mencukupi with that limited amount of data.
Okay. Maybe last questions. Pertanyaan terakhir. Jadi silakan ya, kita nanti habis ini kami ada juga membahas implementasi kegiatan lanjutan gitu ya dari ini. Mungkin nanti pasti kita akan lihat apa yang bisa diimplementasikan, tentu terkait dengan topik-topik yang bisa atau menjadi ketertarikan bagi UMTM dan juga bagi TEKNIK UNTAN. Nah, nanti kami juga mungkin bisa juga sama-sama ya. Tadi kita sudah tantangan agreement, arrangement. Semoga ke depan ada lagi kegiatan yang kita bisa lakukan. Jika tidak ada pertanyaan lagi, saya mengakhiri moderasi ini dan kita kasih applause yang luar biasa untuk topik ya. Saya kembalikan ke MC.
Okay, thank you for Mr. Seno dan Siti Nuraini. The next agenda is awarding the certificate and souvenir to Professor Siti Nuraini. Okay, before we close our agenda today, we kindly remind you to fill in the attendance form, filling in form before in the Zoom chat. Jangan lupa untuk akses kembali yang ada di link Zoom di kolom section, and then next closing general lecture by the head of department Electrical Engineering, Profesor untuk acara ini. Okay, dear Professor, time is yours.
Baik, terima kasih atas kehadiran adik-adik, kolega sekalian, bahan elektro dari pemakai. Terima kasih atas kehadirannya. Semoga e-talks yang keempat ini menambah wawasan. Jadi base processing ini adalah ilmu yang sangat berkembang, melintasi berbagai bidang ilmu sebenarnya. Masuk informatika, masuk kesehatan, masuk ke pertanian, masuk ke elektro, macam-macam. Tinggal nanti fokusnya kemana aja itu baru kena ya. We thank you, Prof. Siti, for your visiting, for your lecture. Hopefully your sharing will be okay. Dengan demikian saya tutup acara ini. Terima kasih atas kehadirannya.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, finally we got the last session in this program hosting. Let's close this event by saying Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillahirobbilalamin. As the master of ceremony, thanks for Siti Nuraini as a speaker, Professor Seno, Mr. Elang, and the audience generally. And then, if I will take this event, I make mistake or even something here, please forgive me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kita mau foto bersama dulu.
Jadi nanti jam 12. Benar Bapak Ibu dosen.
Kencana.
Ayo berfoto bersama.
Hitung ya. Hitung.
1, 2, 3. Sekali lagi. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Di luar ya, biar nampak ini ya. Oh iya dia. Oke, saya apa ya? Buat saya satu kali ya. Hitung.
1, 2, 3.
Teknik elektro UNTAN.
Inovatif, profesional, dan berdaya saing. Yes, yes, yes.
Sampahnya sekalian dibawa ya.
Foto dulu.
Teksnya minta bawa terus.
Itu di jalan.
Itu deh ya, foto. Yang foto di luar belakang.
Udah, aku bagikan ini.
Jalanlah. HBD makan. Yes. Aduh, Kevin. YouTube aja.
Sekali lagi.
YouTube nih.
1, 2, 3.
Survei kemarin, survei kemarin. Ngambil data ya? Oh, sama dia. Macam mana nih? Ada apa gak? Ada apa? Penuh.
Video. Oh iya lagi. Lain pangkat sial. Video. Oke. Video Pak. Ya. Video. Itu ya. Teknik elektro UNTAN.
Inovatif, profesional, dan berdaya saing. Yes, yes, yes.
Masih belum? Apa? Mati-mati apa?